Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and thank you for watching these videos, my videos, and supporting my channel so much. And in this video, in the starting itself, I would like to request if you can comment below your location from where you are watching this video so that I know and I can curate content according to that. So it will be very helpful if you can just comment below the country you are located in, or just the location, basically country or city, it doesn't matter really. If you just comment below your location from where you are watching this video, then it will help me a lot. So let's jump directly into the video, and this video will be very important for those of you who are planning to come to the UK to study or to work. So as you must have seen in the title, I will be talking about the two different types of visas, especially tier 2 visa and tier 4 visa, that allows international person, a student or a person, to come to the UK and study or work. Also in this video, I will help you choose or help you decide like which is the right visa for you. Should you come on tier 4 visa or should you come on tier 2 visa? The situations are very different and difficult in today, like in 2023, especially when I am shooting this video. So it might change later in the day or later in the year. But as of today, I will be talking about the situation, current scenario, and should you come on a tier 2 or a tier 4 visa. So before we dive into the nitty-gritties of tier 2 and tier 4 visa, let's start with what is a tier 2 visa, what is a tier 4 visa in the UK. So in the simplest, in layman's term, a tier 4 visa entitles or allows an international person to come to the UK and study. So if you are planning to come to the UK to study full time, then tier 4 visa is right for you, period. And now on the other hand, if you are planning to come to the UK to work as a skilled worker, then tier 2 visa is right for you, period. Tier 2 visa is also called as skilled worker visa. It's commonly called as skilled worker visa, and tier 4 visa is commonly known as student visa. So now what are the differences, what is beneficial for you, and how it is, like what are the things going on with tier 4 and tier 2, what you can do, cannot do. Let's dive into the differences. So basically now we'll start with the eligibility first. Who can come to the UK and what is required, and basic sponsorship is required if you want to come to the UK. So there are two different kinds of sponsorship. If you are coming to the UK to study on a tier 4 visa, the most important thing you need is CAS. CAS basically stands for Confirmation of Acceptance of Studies. So a higher education institute or a university or a college can issue CAS if they have the sponsorship license. They issue CAS to the international students, and based on that CAS letter, you can apply for tier 4 visa. Same is the thing for tier 2 visa, for skilled worker visa also. You will require COS. COS stands for certificate of sponsorship. So an employer issues based on your job role, salary, and job title and code, job code. They will issue a certificate of sponsorship. So they will basically say that, okay, I'm sponsoring XYZ person from outside the UK to work or to be employed under me, and I will be paying X salary, and this will be his roles and duties. He will be employed full time. So you require CAS if you are planning to study for a tier 4 visa, and you require COS if you are coming to the UK to work as a skilled worker. Any employer who has this tier 2 sponsorship license can issue COS for you, and then you can apply for the tier 2 visa. Third part is the duration. So tier 2 visas are or can be valid for say 3 years or 5 years, and then they can be renewed, and then you can apply for indefinite leave to remain also. So this counts under settlement scheme basically. So you can stay on a tier 2 visa depending on what your employer has sponsored you for. It could be for 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, and then it can be renewed depending on your conditions on the cost letter. So that is normal. And after renewal, you can always apply for ILR also once you complete the stipulated time. Now, coming to the tier 4 visa, the student visa, the university issues a CAS letter with your course start date, end date, and based on that, they will mention the dates. These dates are very important. So if it's a 1-year course or a 2-year course, if it's with placement, then it will mostly be 2-year course. So based on that, the visa duration will be the entire length of your studies plus 1 or 2 months it can be in advance, and then few months after also. So currently student visa is till the end of your study plus a few months, 2 or 3 months basically, if any delays or to cover up the delays. So it is mostly for 1 or 2 years. So this 1 or 2 years, they don't count towards settlement. And as of today, and talks are going on, there might be some changes, but as of today, after student visa, you can apply for working in the UK. It is called post-study work visa. It's commonly known as PSW, which entitles a full-time student who is studying masters or PhD 2 years or 3 years depending on the course after they graduate. So post-study work visa, the main requirement is that you graduate from a higher education institute or a university in the UK. So once you graduate, you get 2 years of PSW, 2 or 3 years. So on tier 4 visa, you can stay 1 or 2 years depending on your course, plus PSW, that is 2 or 3 years. And these years do not count towards settlement when you are applying for ILR. Keep that in mind always. Now that I have explained you the basics of tier 2 and tier 4 visa and some differences also, let us consider few examples and which is right for you or which is not right for you, so that it will help you in your selection. Finding a sponsored job from outside the UK in the current scenario is very, 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 very difficult. I cannot tell you how difficult it is for a normal job, say project manager, IT manager, supply chain manager, business analyst, any job except doctor or pharmacy, medical field, basically career jobs. There are possibilities, and even higher roles, higher as in senior roles, there is a possibility that somebody will sponsor you if they cannot find a person in the UK. So finding a tier 2 job from outside is very, very, very difficult. Even from inside the UK in the current scenario is very difficult, but we'll come to that in a few minutes. So who generally comes on tier 2 visa? It's mostly people who are working in multinational companies, and they have office in India, USA, UK, and all over the world basically. And they do that intra-company transfer, and then they apply for 1 year tier 2 visa, and then they switch to then they renew it for 3 years and so on. So there you will see many people doing that. And then second is people who come here are IT people, from computer or IT. They have a good chance to come here and work. So there are also a lot of sponsorship jobs like Java developer, PHP developer, and I don't know the job titles exactly, but IT people have good opportunity, good scope to come here and work. But that is also reducing because now that work from home is in trend, so people outsource it to India basically, and then they are not given sponsorship. They're employed by UK people, but the work is outsourced to an Indian entity. So that is also very difficult right now. Medical field, yes, there is always a demand for medical field career jobs. Lot of career jobs, they are sponsored from outside outside the UK, and you can get a job as a nurse, or if you are a nurse in India, you can get a job pretty easily. And since it is very difficult to find a tier 2 job from outside the UK, there are lots and lots of agents charging from 5,000, 10,000, 15, 20,000. I have seen someone charging 25,000 also for a tier 2 job in the UK. Well, this is a huge expense for anyone, and you might want to consider multiple times before choosing this route. It's not really legal or illegal, I won't go into that, but there is a possibility, yes, that you can pay off an agent, make sure he or she is genuine, and pay off an agent, and you can get that job here directly. But this only is applicable for those who have at least 7-8 years of experience and have very good savings and are desperate to leave the country or come to the UK. Enough about tier 2. Now for tier 4, I will only be talking about masters or PhD because I don't really see a point for bachelors in the UK. Life is very difficult for bachelors in the UK. I have seen so many students struggling. So if you have done bachelor's in India in any field and you have at least 3 or 4 years of work experience, then this is the right time if you want to switch and come to the UK for masters in any field. But this is only applicable for those who have skills and experience. Both are very, very, very important if you want to come to the UK. If you're planning to come to study seriously and just for a short period, like only the study period, and then gain some experience and knowledge and exposure to the global industry, and then go back to India and continue in your parents' business, then you don't have to worry about anything. Even if you don't have so much experience, you can always come here, study thoroughly, have exposure and network well, and go back to India and continue in your parents or business basically. But if you are short on funds and do not have some financial backing and lack experience and skills and freshly pass out in 2021, 22, even 2020, then I would not recommend to come here, because the jobs are very limited for unskilled and inexperienced people, and you will struggle to find a job, and then you will end up in doing petty jobs, and then you will pay off an agent to get a tier 2 sponsored job because you want to stay in the UK. So if this is the route you want to go along, then it's always best to pay off an agent in the starting itself, £15,000, pay off an agent starting itself, and then directly come as a skilled worker. But if you're coming via student, paying say 15 or 20,000 fees for 2 years, and then working, and then again you want to pay the agent to get a job, say in a warehouse or a care home, then this is not really the route that you should consider. If that is your plan, then I would directly recommend to pay off a genuine agent and then come directly to the UK as a skilled worker. So I hope this video was helpful to you in some way, at least to help you decide where you stand. So to sum it up, basically, if you want to study and do petty jobs because you do not have experience, so fresher or near fresher experience, then directly gain experience. It's better to gain some experience in India and then come. If you have at least 3 to 5 years of experience and skills, no matter what field, but office job and good skills and experience, then you can always come as a tier 4 student, and then study thoroughly and apply and continue your journey like I am doing. If you have 7-8 years of experience and even more, then I would always recommend to not study further, but directly come as a tier 2 skilled worker and apply for that directly and get in contact with good consultants. I will be making a video about consultants because every field has specific consultants. Like supply chain has Butler Rose that I came across recently, then Michael Page, and there are so many consultants who specialize in tier 2 jobs with specific industry. Like medical and pharma industry, there is a separate recruiter or recruitment company. Then supply chain, there's a specific company. Then accounts and finance, there are specific companies who only hire these. Maritime, special industry. So all of them have specialized recruiters who do hire from abroad also, from outside the UK also. Consider that. Okay, thank you for watching the video till the end, and I hope it was helpful to you guys. If you have any queries regarding tier 4, tier 2, comment below. And as I mentioned in the start of the video also, please comment below if your location, comment below your location, which will help me to curate content according to my audience. So that will help me also and help you also. And thank you for watching the video till the end, and hope you enjoyed.